Everyone's gearing up for Thanksgiving, but what if your family doesn't live nearby, or just by circumstance you've got to eat alone, or just have a few friends with you? I'm going to give you a recipe for all of the deliciousness of a Thanksgiving dinner without any of the drama. I'm going to make a turkey breast wrapped in bacon. We're going to get some Brussels sprouts that are going to serve a little bit like a side dish of the dressing. But right now I also have some potatoes. I got a russet potato peeled. I start it in cold water. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to it and bring it up to a boil until it's nice and tender. So guess what? You might miss your family, but you're going to get a delicious taste of home, drama-free. And guess what? This might actually be the new family tradition. To make this drama-free Thanksgiving dinner, I start with the turkey by preheating an oven to 400 degrees. I also line a baking sheet with foil. I place on it a cookie rack or a baking rack that's flat. I'll layer 6 to 8 pieces of bacon next to each other. Season a large turkey breast with salt, pepper, and garlic powder on all sides. Start on one side of the layer of bacon and wrap the turkey tightly. Place that at the center of the baking sheet and put in the oven for about an hour, or until the bacon is nice and crispy and the internal temperature reaches to 165 degrees. When it's cooked, let it rest for about 10 minutes before cutting into it. To make the side dishes, which is basically going to be the vegetable, the cranberry dressing, all in one pan, I begin with about a tablespoon of butter. Then I trim and quarter a bunch of Brussels sprouts. Place that in the hot browned butter and season it with salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. Cook this until you see the Brussels sprouts begin to caramelize. I'll then add a little bit of cranberries, about a quarter cup, as well as a couple tablespoons of water, just to soften the cranberries up. Add to that Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. Mix it all together until the breadcrumbs begin to brown, and you've got a perfect side dish, drama-free. To make a delicious yet healthy whipped potato, I begin by peeling a russet potato and cubing that, placing it in cold water, putting a little bit of salt in it, and bring it to a boil. When the potato is fully cooked, which means it's fork tender, I'll take a separate bowl and to it add 2 tablespoons of butter. I'll then strain the potato from the water and add that to the butter, and if a little bit of the water gets onto it, that's not a problem. It'll help make it creamy. Now take a whisk and begin to mash it. Heat up a cup of chicken broth and slowly add to the potatoes about a couple tablespoons at a time, continuing to whisk until you get the desired consistency. Season that with salt and pepper, and if you want, even another pat of butter, and you have some delicious, drama-free Thanksgiving dinner potatoes. You can see how easy it was. Deliciousness and drama-free Thanksgiving dinners. You've got all the flavors. Sure, you might even make yourself a little gravy to put on top of that, but you never want to mask any of these flavors. And I just say, if you cook your turkey good enough, you don't even need the gravy. It'll be moist enough. We wish you a beautiful Thanksgiving dinner with family and friends, and if it's only one of you or two of you, there's always room for God in your heart, so you are never, ever alone on this Thanksgiving celebration day.